Good day, everyone. I am Dr. Akinola by name, and I want to continue where we stopped on our lessons on Biblical Hebrew. Biblical Hebrew is necessary for us, those who have anything to do with the Bible, because when you learn Biblical Hebrew, it helps you to understand the Old Testament better, because 98% of the Old Testament was written in Hebrew language, while 2% was written in Aramaic. Now, today we want to continue from where we stopped, and we'll be looking at what is called SHEWAH. We'll be looking at what's called SHEWAH. The last time we were taught on some vowels, both long and short vowels. But there are some other vowels that are not full vowels, that are half vowels, and they stay under any word that has no vowel, and these are called SHEWAHs. And that's exactly what I want us to look at today. I want all the Hebrew students on this platform to come over now so that we study together. Thank you very much. I want to say welcome again to all students of Biblical Hebrew. We want to proceed in learning Hebrew language, and today we shall be looking at what is called SHEWAH. The word SHEWAH. That's what we'll be looking at. Now, what is a SHEWAH? A SHEWAH is a vertical two dots that replaces, that stands under a letter that does not have a vowel, either at the beginning or the middle of a word, because a letter at the beginning or middle of a word in Hebrew should not be without a vowel. So whenever there is no vowel, a simple SHEWAH comes to replace it. Let me read from our textbook. When in a pointed text, there is a vowelless letter at the beginning or middle of a word, then this sign called SHEWAH fills the gap under it. For example, you have the word lishmor. Now, when you look at the letter lamed, it has a vowel, and erect is the vowel. You come to the letter mem, it has a vowel. Olemwa or full olem is the vowel, but the letter shin does not have a vowel. And in Hebrew letter, in the Hebrew language or in a word in Hebrew, it will be wrong for you to leave this word at the middle, this letter at the middle of the word without a vowel. So the simple SHEWAH comes under it. So in translation or transliteration, you write lamed, erect, shin, you drop the SHEWAH because it's just meant for pronunciation. You come to mem and olemwa or full olem. And when we talk about SHEWAHs, we have two types of SHEWAHs. The first one is called simple SHEWAH, which is this is the sign, and this is the transliteration in English as an E. Then we have composite SHEWAH. Composite SHEWAH is of three types. We have the three types of composite SHEWAH. The first one is called atef patah. Then the second one is called atef segol, and the third one is called atef kames. Now, atef patah, this is the sign for atef patah, and this stands for an A in transliteration in English. Atef segol is this sign, and this is what it stands for. It stands for an E. And atef kames, which stands as an O. But composite SHEWAH are only useful for what is called guttural letters. We'll come to that. We are going to come to that. And when you talk about composite SHEWAHs, when you say atef, you had the simple SHEWAH, the sign of simple SHEWAH, with any of the short vowels. So in this we have simple SHEWAH plus a patah. So that makes it atef patah. In atef segol, you have simple SHEWAH, and with segol, that makes atef segol. And in atef kames, you had simple SHEWAH with kames, making it atef kames O. So now, when we talk about simple SHEWAH, how do we use them? So let's come to this place. We see how. Let's start first with simple SHEWAH. In this way, we have simple SHEWAH with the sign, and it replaces a vowel under any letter, beginning or middle of a word that lacks a vowel. So look at this. We are going to talk about simple SHEWAH. We have two types of simple SHEWAH. We have first of all what is called silent SHEWAH. Then we have what is called vocal simple SHEWAH. Now, how do we recognize a silent simple SHEWAH? Look at this word called Yishmor. Yishmor. Now, when you have Yishmor, anytime simple SHEWAH is follows a short vowel, it becomes silent. So in transliteration, when you translate, you have Jod, in transliteration Jod, Erek, Shin, then this simple SHEWAH, because it is silent for the fact that it is following a short vowel, is silent, so you are not going to write it out. You jump it, you come to Mem, then you come to Olem, then you come to Resh. So a simple SHEWAH is silent when it follows, anytime it follows a short vowel, like Erek, like Pata, like Segor, like Kibus. And also look at this as another example. We have Akid. Now Akid, so you have this, originally this letter does not have a vowel, but you cannot leave it like that. You insert a simple SHEWAH under it. But when you are transliterating, because it is silent, you call it Akid. You drop the E, you drop this simple SHEWAH supposed to stand for an E. So when you transliterate it, you have Aleph, Bata, Q, Kames. You have this, then you have this, then you jump, you discover that this is supposed to have an E here. But because the simple SHEWAH is silent, you are not going to pronounce it, nor are you going to make it to appear. And you have irregular I, then you have Dalet. And that is what is meant by silent SHEWAH. So when you ask, what is that, a silent SHEWAH? A silent SHEWAH appears when it follows a short vowel. Now, let's go to the second one, which is the vocal SHEWAH. When is a SHEWAH vocal? Now, look at this word here. You have Shomirim. Shomirim. So when you want to transliterate, you have Shin, which is this. You have Olemba, which is this. You have Mem, which is this. Then you now come to the simple SHEWAH. So when you must write the simple SHEWAH, you don't write it full. It's not going to be full because it's an half vowel. So when you write it, you place it up. Naturally, it's supposed to stand like this. But because it's a vocal SHEWAH, but it's an half vowel, a SHEWAH is not a full vowel. So you put it up, so it becomes Shomerim. Shomerim. In the place of Akid or Yishmor, it did not say Yishemor because it is a silent SHEWAH. But in this place, because it's a vocal SHEWAH, you call it Shomerim. And what made this to be a vocal SHEWAH? It's a vocal SHEWAH because it follows a long vowel. So the rule here is a SHEWAH is silent when it follows a short vowel. It's vocal when it follows a long vowel. That is the first rule we need to bear in mind. I want us to go further in our understanding of what a SHEWAH is. Now, we say when two SHEWAHs, another reason, when two SHEWAHs occur together in the middle of a word, let me give this as an example. When two SHEWAHs occur together in the middle of a word, you have this. This is Yishmeru. Now look at this. You have Yish. Now you have these two SHEWAHs occurring together at the middle of the word. So how do you call it? Because two SHEWAHs are occurring together, the SHEWAH becomes vocal. Because this first SHEWAH closes a syllable and is silent. And the second SHEWAH opens another syllable and is what? And is vocal. Because whenever a SHEWAH closes a syllable, it is silent. And when it opens a syllable, it is vocal. So when you must call this now, you write Yish, which is Yod, Irek, then Shin here, then the simple SHEWAH under it will not appear. But the mem also has a simple SHEWAH. These two SHEWAHs following together at the middle. This SHEWAH is there, then you must write it up there. Then you have Resh and Surek. You have Yish Meru. So whenever two SHEWAHs occur together in the middle of a word, it becomes vocal. It becomes vocal. Now another principle we need to note. Is that there is a dot at the end of the letter. Let me give this as an example. You have now in this place, what you have here is what you have written here is this. Now you see this red dot, the dot inside of the text shows that this letter text is doubled. It's called this letter is called Dagesh Forte. This dot is called Dagesh Forte. So when it appears inside text, it shows that this T is doubled. So if you have to split it now, you have this, then you have dot. Now, in the real sense, what we are saying is that once you add this dot, it doubles this. For example, you want to spell mistress. Now, in the spelling, you say M-I-S-T-R-E double S. You don't say S-S, you say double S. So also the same thing here. When you come to this, you don't just to make it, just to shorten up, you put Dagesh Forte. Dagesh Forte shows that this word is what? Is double. That text is double. Now, if you have to spell it now, you make sure that this first letter, this first one is silent, but this is vocal. So what you have here is Kitelu. You have Kitelu. Kitelu. But the E, which is the simple SHEWAH, has to stay up here because it's an avo vowel and it's not supposed to be fully written, but it's going to be vocal based on the Dagesh Forte that is inside the letter 10. It does not matter whether this simple SHEWAH follows a short vowel or a long vowel, but for the fact that this simple SHEWAH stays under a letter that has a Dagesh Forte. Dagesh Forte here is standing as a doubling of the text. So the SHEWAH under it has to be what? To be vocal. Because when you make it to the first SHEWAH is silent, based on the rule we have said before, then the second one is vocal. So you have Kit Telu. Now apart from this, now let's come to composite SHEWAH again. We have treated simple SHEWAH and the principles that follow it. Now, when do we use these composite SHEWAHs? What are they applied to? Now, composite SHEWAH. Composite SHEWAH is only applicable to letters we call guttural letters. And what are guttural letters? Guttural letters are Aleph, A, S, and Ayin. Now, these letters cannot in any way admit a simple SHEWAH under them. Instead of them having a simple SHEWAH, they rather have composite SHEWAHs. For example, you have Atef Patah, Atef Segor, Atef Kames, Atef Patah. You can't put a guttural and put a simple SHEWAH under. Simple SHEWAH do not. I can put a simple SHEWAH because guttural letters do not go with simple SHEWAHs. They go with composite SHEWAHs. I think that is all we need to know for now concerning SHEWAHs, either composite or simple SHEWAHs. I pray that as you continue with us in this class, you'll be more enlightened and your study of Biblical Hebrew shall be fruitful. Thank you. God bless you.